Hey everybody, we are here with another AskReddit video. So, let's jump right in and explore.
If you could single-handedly choose anyone, alive, dead, or fictional character, to be the next president of the United States, who would you choose and why?
This thread just shows me that there are very few political leaders today that we universally respect and admire. I think a big part of this is that basically nobody is 100% good. Nearly everybody is living in these shades of gray. Influenced by their upbringing, religion, beliefs, experiences, etc. Trying to do what they think is right to them. But what is right to you may not be right to me. Your experiences may be vastly different from mine. So to find somebody where most people agree, yeah, that person, they're good, is hard enough. And then they have to be famous enough for other people to know. And qualified for an immensely stressful job. Good luck. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise because he's a scholar, a gentleman, a diplomat, and a badass chief officer. Captain's log stardate -302,389.84, I have been pulled back in time to govern the country, where they would not wear masks in the middle of a pandemic. I heard that in his voice. Though I have learned their ways and cultural values through my study of history. I could not have begun to understand the challenges I would face in my attempt to unify them and work towards a common goal, for the betterment of their people. It is not a simple matter of educating them on the nature of their situation and the available solutions. It is entirely foreign to their belief system at a fundamental level. They suffer extreme poverty and the lowest classes struggle against the inequality of their economic system, yet simultaneously they have a bizarre tendency to worship the rich. Those that take advantage of their position in life, especially now in the face of disaster. Some have resorted to denial and believe the virus itself to be a hoax despite the blatant evidence, but for whom such a hoax might benefit, none can say. Others understand the threat, however they are resigned to their fate. They understand that many will die should they continue at the present pace, however they accept this as an acceptable loss for the economy. An invisible force they idolize more than the sanctity of life itself. I have visited many alien planets, yet it is the alien values of our own past that have shaken me to my core. I thought I understood the nature of humanity, but I see now that so much was hidden to me. I have decided to retreat from this timeline and resign them to their fate they so readily accept. These are not my people, and I do not belong here. Roy Mustang, I don't know, man. His policy of having all women officers to wear mini-skirt may not be welcomed in this day and age. Mr. Rogers. I mean, who could say no or be mean to him? Then he would be disappointed in you and most people wouldn't be able to survive that. A fictional version of me where I'm much smarter and impervious to corruption. Should really be impervious to assassination. Either of the Rogers, Fred, or Steve. Wholesome, moral, know when and who to rely on. Why not both? Have Steve as the VP, Fred as the president. Sauron. The age of men is over. The age of the orc has begun. Edit. For everyone making like Silmarillion and book references to me, I'm reading the books but I'm not done them yet. Edit 2. Thanks for the awards, guys. According to Tolkien's lore, it's about high time Morgoth broke out of his imprisonment and came back to Earth. That'll make 2020 even more interesting than it already is. It's about time for Daejer Dagorath. Get Arundel, Tulkas, and Turin and we'll have a good row. Phil Hartman. If for no other reason than Phil Hartman would be alive again. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such r/AskReddit threads as What is Delicious but Deadly, and What Would You Do with Hydraulic Arms? President Commando. Find a smart person and make them deal with the serious issues is exactly the type of leader we need right now. Shit. I know shit's bad right now, with all that starving bullshit, and the dust storms, and we are running out of French fries and burrito coverings. But I've got a 3-point plan that's going to fix everything. Number 1, we've got this guy not sure. Number 2, he's got a higher IQ than any man alive. And number 3, he's going to fix everything. Now I know everyone's shit's all emotional right now. Professor X, because he knows everything. Magneto, because Magneto was right. Both were right, one was radical and the other wasn't, kind of like Teach-Allah and Killmonger. I think they were originally based off of the ideals of Milk Jr. and Malcolm X. They were. The original X-Men comics were heavily based off of the civil rights movements in America. I would prefer Leslie, personally, with Ben Wyatt as her VP. That way, she can still live out her fantasy of hooking up with her running mate. I agree. I think Leslie has the passion, enthusiasm, and ideas, while Ben is much better at logistics and insight. They are a better team when she's in the lead and he supports her and steers her away from being too zany. Ben, babe, the oven's ready. Chop, chop. Get baking. Daddy want pie? See, perfect example of how messy things get when he tries to go off book. Minerva McGonagall. A warm, reassuring personality but strict and no nonsense. Indeed. And, if anyone fucks around too much she will straight up set them on fire, which is an effective negotiation tactic. Effective negotiation tactic is one way to put it, my dude. Aggressive negotiations, my friend. That cat who's mayor of an Alaskan town. Stubbs, I think. He'd do a good job if the residents there are to be believed. Stubbs for 2020, meow is the time. Stubbs 2020. Pussy grabs back. Fantastic. Jed Bartlett, let Bartlett be Bartlett. I'm rewatching The West Wing on Netflix and it bums me out our gov doesn't care half as much. Just watched it for the first time this year and it's been the highlight of my quarantine. Absolutely fantastic show. I rewatched it recently and it was sort of eerie how much it felt current in the issues we have now, then it made me sad to watch competency in a TV show compared to real life. Such a great show. Samwise Gamgee. Unprecedented loyalty. Commitment. Potatoes. Gamgee/Baggins 2020, boil M, mash M, stick M in a stew. His stance on immigrants is tough, huh? He was Shire Mayor and Councilman for the Northern Kingdom, he has the political experience. He was elected Mayor of the Shire for 7 consecutive terms. Atticus Finch, he knows law, so I agree. Of course not just because he knows law, but because his other reasons. He's a sensible man who seems to have a good noggin. He isn't biased, racist, an abuser and etc. He's just an all-out good guy. Yes, he's an all-around decent human being. I like it. A lot. I also like Professor McGonagall, but she doesn't meet the citizenship requirement. SHHH, don't tell him about go set a watchman. Is there any reason not to pick Yoda? Well, he does run over minorities in his 2001 Honda Civic. Edit, I have sinned by misprinting the manufacturing year of our Lord Yoda's Honda Civic. I have corrected it, Yoda, PLS don't run me over. And key to mine he does in the Jedi Temple locker rooms. Doctor Strange, dude can literally see all possible futures, he will choose to do exactly the right thing every single time. Or he'll choose the one where we think he's doing exactly the right thing. LMAO exactly. The right thing long term may mean total chaos and anarchy now. Or a nuclear war that eradicates 90% of humanity but ends up with true unbreakable world peace afterwards. Would he choose the right path? Or the right path? Considering the side he was on against Thanos, he would probably be against eradicating 90% of humanity. Bob the Builder. Can he fix it? Yes, he can. You have my vote. Make America fixed again. I'd pick myself. I played a fair amount of Civilization, I'm pretty sure I can do it. I was the school president in 8th grade, so I think I have the proper experience. I was our school's vice president in 9th grade, then the school secretary in 10th grade, so I'm pretty sure I'd be the perfect running mate. Alright, cool, let's do it, you two have my vote. Uncle Iroh. He would solve all the problems of the world over a few cups of tea. He probably wouldn't want it, he had the option to be the new Fire Lord and turned it down. I'm a firm believer that a president should consent to being the president before becoming the president. Edit, I can't reply to all of you, which is why I'm editing this comment, but I'm not saying that power-hungry people are the best presidents. I'm saying you shouldn't literally imprison someone in the Oval Office and force them to do one of the hardest jobs in the country without asking for their permission first. Someone who reluctantly steps up to take charge because they see that they're needed is fine.
So that's all. Hope you liked the video. If you have any doubts or clarification, then comment in comments section and we will revert soon. Thanks for watching. And please share the video and help ByteVue grow.